this is Adam with Transparency Pro, the Game Machine. Welcome to another episode of, well, you know, the Game Machine. So, today we're going to be talking about an NES review. Yes, I'm reviewing a retro game. Finally, it's been too long. So, we are taking a look at an NES game called Kabuki Quantum Fighter. It's a platformer starring a man that's a kabuki. We'll get into that whole thing in a minute. So yeah, to let you know too that the footage in this review is being captured with the Retron 5, so shiny pixels, yay. Also, there's another confession I need to make here. You see, I couldn't complete this game on my own. I had to resort to a little cheating, so I want to apologize in advance and...
You dirty cheater!
What?
You are a dirty cheater. I am unselfish.
Look, I'm sorry that bothers you. I just really don't have time to sit there and play this entire game over and over and then try to get a review out.
Yep, sure. Keep talking, dirty cheater. You little cheater. Keep talking.
Hey, wait a second. Are you looking at cheat codes?
I would never. Oh, dang. You can get all the 120 stars on Mario right from the start. Dang.
And to think, you call me a dirty cheater? Probably don't even know what soap is. Freaking redneck dope.
Sir, I don't do drugs.
Well, that whole part might be debatable. That and maybe your mother probably dropped you on your head. But anyways, let's just get this review started. Enough of this. The Game Machine starts now. A government satellite has been hijacked by an unknown virus, and the worst thing that could happen is world annihilation. You know, no big deal, really. Instead of installing Norton Antivirus or some rinky-dink antivirus program that you found for free online, you thought it was best to send in one of US's best soldiers, Colonel Scott O'Connor, not to be confused with the Terminator guy, who is on a mission to enter a supercomputer. You are transformed into the ultimate cyber warrior, a kabuki dancer? Yes, basically, if Ronald McDonald turned into a samurai, this is basically what you get. The plot is pretty basic, and it's all told with some cutscenes, kind of like Ninja Gaiden, but doesn't really flow very well altogether, and it kind of looks like Ninja Gaiden, but yeah, this thing will leave you scratching your head. But Kabuki Quantum Fighter isn't good at telling stories, but maybe there's some other redeeming qualities for this samurai clown. If you were to go with the storyline of Kabuki Quantum Fighter, you would think that this game is going to be a cyberpunk type setting like Tron or something, but no, it's far from it. The setting looks more like something you would see out of a horror type movie with faces all over the walls, platforms and walls made of bones, and even like organs and pulsating things everywhere. Yeah. Now there are some places that look like evil, futuristic enemy bases. When you get closer to near the end of the game, it gets a lot weirder. Enemies are just as mixed. I mean, you got this flaming robot with his metal brains exposed, you got some battle toads, and then whatever the hell that thing is. Oh gosh. And of course, your all-American Kabuki Quantum Fighter is also very well done. You gotta love his jump animations. He does all those nice little kabuki tricks. He looks so great and fluid when he does it. All the backgrounds themselves that have animations look really creepy as intended. It's a very, very odd mix. To be honest, I'm sure somebody out there will dig it. The music in this game does fit the mood of the stages, and some of the tracks are pretty good, though I really didn't like the boss music. It was just so generic, and for some people I could see it really grating on their nerves. This game style is just very odd. If you like horror-themed platformers, maybe this will be up your alley. Alright, so Kabukis aren't really known for being amazing warriors, but showmen. But you're not just any Kabuki, you're a Kabuki Quantum Fighter, which means... okay, so I really don't know what the hell that means. I was just trying to make it sound cool. Really, what's cool is Scott's main weapon is the most deadly of all weapons. The power of whipping your hair back and forth. Yes, this headbanger can kill his foes with his Pantene Pro V locks of death. He also has various other weapons for more long-range combat situations, such as fireballs and even homing bees of doom. I don't know if that's their official name, but that's what I'm going to call it because it's my YouTube show and I can do what I want. Not only will you be smacking your foes around, you'll also be doing all kinds of acrobatic leaps and climbing. I mean, this is a platformer after all. You can climb, hang on platforms, do leaps off of one to another, and of course not only is the motion fluid, but it doesn't feel too bad. Though the jump pressure is a little weird to describe how sensitive it is. It just feels off. Speaking of off, what the hell is with the moving platforms and ice in this game? When you slide on ice, normally you move fast, right? But no, not in Kabuki Quantum Fighter. You actually move almost normal speed, but when you start to jump, for some reason it sends you flying. It's just way too hard to get the jumps right, especially on the ice. And also when you're trying to climb and you're really close to dangerous traps on the ceilings or even some platforms, sometimes you'll just end up smacking the top of the thing. Or for platforms, for example. Some platforms, you have to be on the exact edge, then make the leap, or else you don't make it. Now look, I'm all for challenging platformers. I grew up playing the Mega Man games, and some people consider those one of the most challenging platforms out there. But this just crosses the line of being really cheap and just really bad design. The platforming could have been so much better if it was just tweaked a little bit better. Some of the boss fights are really tough, and some can be really cheap. Most of the strategies is you just throw stuff at them. Boss fights can be really tough, also sometimes really cheap. Some bosses you just can't avoid getting hit, and on top of it too, sometimes you're just going to have to spam ranged attacks to even hit them. Though there is one convenient feature, during a boss fight you can pause the game and adjust your power meter and your health meter. That's right, you can actually interchange the two, so if you want to focus more on health, you can take some of that energy meter that you're not using, put it to that, or take some of your health and put it to that, which is kind of a neat mechanic. But I could really have used that more in the platforming sections where I could have sacrificed more of my weapon energy for my health energy. And yes, level 3 can kiss my ass. I had to cheat on that level to get past it. I'm sorry, I know some of you may hate me, but screw that level. That level was just ridiculously hard. And it could have been so much better if the physics on stuff like the ice and other types of platforming were just more refined. And in order for me to really get good at that game, I would have had to play this thing 1,000 times over. But, you know guys, I actually wanted to get this review out, I don't know, sometime this century. So, yeah, sorry I did cheat a little bit in this game. But, really, for the most part, I actually got through it on my own. Even though I had infinite lives, so but, for the most part, I did push through it. And it is very, very challenging. Oh, by the way, there's only 2 continues. 2 continues? Why? Why are you so cruel? Kabuki Quantum Fighter is a game that isn't the worst game ever, especially compared to a lot worse platformers out there, and it isn't that expensive either. So, who knows, maybe you might like it. But, for me, it's a unique looking game. If it just had a little more TLC in the gameplay area, if it was a little more refined, it would have been so much better. And it wouldn't have been as much of a nightmare for me. In fact, I don't even think I would have resorted to cheating. Ugh, I don't know if I can wash myself of this. Oh well. If anything you can say about this game, at least you know that Scott knows how to party. So, till next time, bang your head.